Good morning. Good morning. And I like how we're starting this morning. The first day in the month of September 2025 is the TBS, the True Breakfast Show. Good morning. Welcome to Liberia's biggest breakfast show. We must give it out to God. Indeed, God is the greatest. When you wake up in the morning, tell God, thank you, man, for the gift of life. One of these days, we'll all be dead and gone. And we'll give account for the kind of life that we have lived. And things will always happen every day and every day. Well, it's great to be back this morning. Today's Monday, the 1st of September, the 9th month. Indeed, God is faithful. We're moving as a people, as a district, as a community, as a county, and as a country. The love of liberty made us here. Let justice be done to all. It's great to be back. And let me say good morning again to our cherished listeners, those of you who missed off the air. But I want to say a very special thank you to our Chief Executive Officer slash Director General, Honorable Laike Ability, for making this brand new studio we're broadcasting from this morning, live this morning. Although we are not that 90% yet, but gradually we're making some major progress. Thanks to liability, thanks to the technical department, thanks to the radio department, the news, and all departments who had the feet on the ground for the last week or so. We were off air. And thanks to those of you who text us still concerned, and I came this morning and asked Gbarntolmah, how many phone calls did you receive? He said, besides Bobby Bleedy Allison, no one else calling, no one texting. And that's it, that's the beauty of life. But good morning, folks. My name is O'Neill Roberts. This is O'Neill. Johnson Gbarntolmah going to see every breakfast up to 10 o'clock this morning. Let's take our morning motivation. And no one will achieve success does so without the help of your team members at True FM. The wise and confident acknowledgement of True FM manager ability. Thanks to his help and gratitude. September is the month of morning great achievement. Yeah, Bobby, don't be pastor here now. Bobby Addison, thank you so much. It's great to see you, Johnson, man. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Let me say good morning to you, O'Neill, and good morning to Liberians. Things that we are back because
Mm-hmm.
it was not an easy thing because whole week of sitting home,
Mm-hmm.
it feels so lonely,
Okay.
boring.
Boring.
Yeah,
You woke up in the morning, yes, yourself.
yeah, you used to doing same kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and you woke up in the morning, you went there and you just sitting home. So
Mm-hmm.
I will just pray and thank God that God heard our prayer and we are back.
Okay.
So we are back to serve the Liberian people. I'm glad to be here this morning.
Thanks for saying a sincere prayer, man. Yes, good morning. It's great to be back. Those of you viewing us on Facebook, I mean, again, let me just say this out. We're not just 95 or 98% yet. Studio wise, there are a lot of work still being done behind the scene. But with this numerous concern from the public, we can't just be on off the air. Yes, but we will definitely meet up with all of your broadcasting expectation, your professional broadcasting as we have been doing over the years. And by the way, next month, True FM clock 20 years. Oh
Wow.
yeah. 20 years next month. October will be 20 years. So we'll still try to keep the traditional broadcasting hope alive. Thanks so much. Those of you watching up us on the Facebook, you don't call, you don't text. Good morning to you all. Johnson, good morning. Let's see what we have this morning on the TBS.
Okay, so this morning, let me just get there. This morning, let me get it quickly. So this morning, today is the first day in the month of September 2025. And this show is proudly sponsored by EcoBank Liberia. EcoBank is making headways when it comes to the banking sector in Liberia, while Orange Liberia in the telecommunication, Orange Liberia leads the way. And we are co-sponsored by Diamond Mineral Water. If you want to drink quality purity water, you can trust Diamond Mineral Water. While Courage R Center at the Boulevard Junction, you can go there and ask for Sis Catherine. She's our team right there at the Boulevard Junction, so Career Art Center. And the La College is also the best when it comes to teacher education in Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
So Dr. Benjamin Way and the team also there at La College. So this morning, as usual, we'll be taking health tips from our good friend,
A young friend.
a
Please,
young
please
friend,
put a young there. Our young friend.
young and good friend.
Uh-huh. Young and good friend. He's
Yes,
a good man.
yeah, good man. David Coty, 6 minutes, he'll be here giving us health tips as usual. From there, we'll go to review of the papers. As usual on the show, we go through, remember through the local dailies. So what do we have today for our menu? Reasons why government should not challenge independent price. It's part of our talking point here this morning. So we also delved into inside the LDA.
Mm-hmm.
We went up, but there are a lot of things been going on behind the scene. So we're going to be talking about the LDA. And as usual, Zone Lion deal shortlisted after being banned by World Bank and GAC. Report in Ghana shows financial and the malpractice. So we will discuss about Zone Lion. U.S. Embassy in Liberia issued another warning. This time is giving breath in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
On visiting visa
Mm-hmm.
does not give the right for citizenship.
Yes.
So those of you who are impregnated in Liberia and wanting to go in the U.S. to gain citizenship this time,
Okay.
it won't work. So update on the Liberia traffic management. This, like we said on the TBS, we won't give up on this traffic management issue. So we're going to delve into it this morning. So at 8:40 to 9 o'clock, talk to your leader segment here on the TBS. We'll be giving you the chance to call in and talk to your leaders. So 9:05 a.m. Sports Entertainment and Commercial brought to you by EcoBank Liberia, Orange Liberia, co-sponsored by Diamond Mineral Water, Carriage R, and Lacoste College. So at 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, what's coming up? Activist Martin K and Quali will be our guest. This time he will not be live, but via mobile phone on the last segment on TBS. So much to talk about. But most importantly, his recent rollout saying that no problem has been solved from 2006 up
Mm-hmm.
to 2025.
Mm-hmm.
So Martin King, quality activist, will be our guest on the last segment here on the TBS in the midst of all country first.
Country first, yes. So Martin Kim Colley is our guest at the last segment, and that is actually trending
Yeah.
on the social media. He said, well, since 2006 to 2025, no problem have been solved. We have spent close to 10.4 billion.
Yeah.
Yes, from Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, 2 term as president, to George Weah, 1 term, and now President Joseph Boycott. Nothing has been solved. So why is it? We'll talk about Martin Colley for 9 to 10 o'clock this morning. That's a good lineup, Gbarntolmah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
In the midst of all what we do,
Country
we
first.
love this country,
Yeah.
man. We love our country. Let's bring our young friend on. I miss this guy a whole lot. Interestingly, I was around difficulty resident on yesterday. I played the phone call. I said, is this the young man David Coty? He said, yes. I said, please direct me your house, bro. I'm just close to your house. He said, I'm sorry, I'm not home. I said, you killing me. Abbas!
Abbas,
I miss you, man. Abbas!
Abbas, I miss you too, and I miss my brother and friend Johnson Gbarntolmah.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you something. It was a few days that you were up that I got to know that people love the station.
Mm-hmm.
I've received a lot of calls from people. What happened to the station? We can't hear our health tip again.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the station? We can't hear O'Neill. We can't hear Johnson. A lot of calls. And the one that touched me most
Mm-hmm.
was a call from Dr. Samuel Doko. Yes.
Okay.
A one-time head of the JFK, chief administrator. Before then, he was head of LAC in Gbarntolmah, the hospital in LAC. If a man like Dr. Doko can call and say, what's happening? I'm not hearing the station. Then it means that you have a great station. And I want to thank you for being back on the radio world. Thank God for that.
Abbas. Abbas. God willing, please do it. Please do that. They mess you a whole week. God willing, before you start the health tip. Uh-huh. Yes. Go ahead.
I will be back. put in my own way. I used to say, God willing,
Okay.
I will be back. But this time there's a child still away. God willing,
Okay.
I will be back.
Okay.
Don't get miss you. Where are you? I miss you for better reasons.
Ah, man. Let's hear what you have this morning. Health tip.
Thank you very much. Heart failure is our topic today. We talk about heart attack, give you some details, what to do, what not to do. Today we're talking about heart failure. Heart failure is when your heart is not pumping individuals because every organ in your body needs blood to survive. You know, the blood has in it nutrients and oxygen, and organs in the body need to have it. So, heart failure is not pumping blood properly, you're in trouble. It will lead to cardiac arrest or the malfunction of the electricity of the heart. That's what cardiac arrest means. Cardiac arrest is the malfunction of the electricity of the heart. Very dangerous. When your heart starts beating, this is what will happen to you. Number one, within 10 seconds, I did not say 10 minutes, within 10 seconds, you will collapse and become unconscious. Yes. Number two, within 6 minutes, the brain begins to suffer permanent damage due to lack of oxygen. Oh, you should start thinking about stroke. Number three, within 8 to 10 minutes, it's very likely. That means you will die, especially when you're not in the hospital to restart your system or you're not. Now, four causes of heart failure are number one, diabetes. There are some of you sitting there we have talked about diabetes. Now we'll come back to talk about it many, many times. You don't even know whether you have diabetes or not because you're sitting there. And some of you have it and you're not taking medication correctly. It is one of the reasons for heart failure. Number two, high blood pressure. I told you before, in particular hospital, Germany, school, and did a test for high blood pressure. They did 100 tests of the students. 78 of them had high blood pressure. You are sitting there today moving around with the same problem and you don't even know. Check yourself. Number three, long-term alcohol and drug use. Hey man, liquor is not doing anything for you, but you enter King juice and everything. But we are this time, maybe I will talk about King juice. You gotta stop that. Stop drinking alcohol over plus. And also drug abuse. You gotta stop that. Smoking, kush, this, that, everything. Gotta stop. Those are the reasons why people can have heart failure. Remember this. Please do your EKG today. EKG is actually electrocardiography. But making sure they say EKG. The doctor doesn't want to give a hard time. Please do your EKG today on your heart test. That's what EKG means. Your heart test. Do it today. I didn't say tomorrow. Do it today. You don't know whether you have cardiac arrest. Maybe something else so that you don't know. So do your EKG today to know the status of your heart. Or else it will be too late. Because one person dies every 3 seconds around the world from cardiovascular disease or heart disease. To show you how dangerous it is. And this is the warning part I'm going to give you now and close up. You can have heart attack and heart failure at the same time. Both of them are life-threatening. And blood is not reaching your blood source. And heart failure is when you're not pumping blood properly. One of the things are really dangerous. They can kill you if you got both at the same time. Two life-threatening diseases, two or more life-threatening diseases at the same time. Hey man, go check the hospital and tell me where you think it's dangerous. God willing, we'll be back. God willing, I will be back. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
God willing.
God willing, I will be back. Next week.
Yeah.
Not tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm going to be talking about your brain.
Okay.
I'm coming to talk to you about the 5 organs that are vital for survival. We're talking about your kidney, your liver, your lungs, have to tolerate in the most. So stroke will be our topic. But anyway, in the meantime,
Okay.
I will be back. Thank you very much for the time.
Yeah, man, I love this man. I love this man so much.
And I love you too. Please do me one favor.
Okay.
Just call me a young man.
You're a young man, man. You're a young man, man. You're younger than Major Prince Johnson, man. You are younger man. You younger than Major Prince Johnson, man. The retired general, man.
I know.
Yeah, you have somebody in there, in fact. Look, you love phrases. The thing is that you love phrases.
I love Christmas.
Even if you deserve it.
But do you know that you're coming in trouble one time?
No?
A little boy has been coming here from time to time calling me Daddy Cool.
Okay.
Came here one morning. I said, Papa, morning. I said, who
We
you
call
calling?
him Pape.
He said, you think I can't listen to the truth ever? He goes to you, oh, anyway, Baba, I see you for
Have a good day. Thank you so much. Difficulty of our health is a regular feature. Let's find out what's making news from the print media. Yes, welcome to the review of the local daily. Let's get you with our first tab this morning. This have to do with the front page Africa. The front page Africa is on the newsstand for $40 Liberian. Consummated without evidence. What is it? GSC report uncovers 2.8 million unaccounted for. The GSC reports 2.8 million unaccounted for where at the Ministry of Finance and Development, but the ministry blames challenges in achieving and document retrieval. I'm seeing the head of the GSC, P. Jackson Gaswa, is on the front page of the front page Africa. 2.8 million unaccounted for at the Ministry of Finance. The Minister of Finance, Gaston Gaffar, is also captured here, and I hope the ministry can respond to this because we'll take some time to look within this other reports. The GSC says 2.8 million. 2.8 million is unaccounted for at the Ministry of Finance. That's why it's captured here. Grab a copy of the paper and read the rest of the story. Impact, integrity, and quiet greatness is a sub-lead story on the front page. Africa paying tribute to the late Sylvester Gillespie. Well, the ANC political leader is here. The president's son, Joseph Boyka Jr., also paid tribute to Gillespie. Yes, and in the review from the front page Africa.
So the Variety newspaper is the first stuff from in here been sold for $40 Liberian. What it says here, 15,000 in salary, 15,000 in salary. UL president pay as expert. See the photograph here of Dr. Lady Mapaya and the secretary of SUP, Odysseus Mobile here on the Variety newspaper this morning. The subject story says unjustifiable increment. AMEU students decrack 20 United States dollars tech fees. Let's go to the back page of the Variety newspaper here. If I cannot leave my hand on the back page, let's go to the back page of the Variety newspaper this morning on Truth 96.1. It says FDA report confirms illegal logging. FDA report confirms illegal logging, and talk show on ethics and business launched. So I'm seeing the sub story says dollar crime Miss Mike County 2025. I guess over the weekend the contest was held in Mike County. So that's it from the Variety newspaper.
Yes, you want to move to the next one? Yes, the next one.
Is the Inquirer newspaper. Believing in yourselves is the greatest shield. Senator Vapala urges 799 university graduates. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Daba.
Yeah. Okay.
Daba Bapala.
Okay.
Yeah. So the subject story say Orange powers innovation. So you got to grab a copy. I don't know what's about this. Orange powers innovation. Let's go to the back page of the Inquirer newspaper. Let's collaborate, merge for industrial survival. TWE urges publishers. I know the Publisher Association of Liberia held an induction ceremony over the weekend. So TWE is urging for collaboration, merge for industry survival. So let's go to the next newspaper here. The Women Voices newspaper is next here this morning. UL to lay off over 100 staff. Wow. UL to lay off over 100 staff, leaked documents reveal. Okay, so let's go to the last tab here. That's the library investigator. It's a false confidentiality part. Confidentiality part. I'm seeing a photograph of Sarah LDA on this newspaper here this morning. And the subject story say CBL pushes gold reserves. CBL pushes gold reserves. And so yeah, this morning, that's it for my end this morning.
What about the independent? No paper from the independent. Not the independent should be yes. You want to run through the independent quickly?
Okay, the independent newspaper say independent says LTMR, that's the Liberia Traffic Management, is America investment. Well, embassy assets. LTMR or LTM is American investment. Embassy assets. The subject say let us work hand in hand. Vice President Kun urges publishers. So that's it.
Yeah. So far, so good. Oh, the VP urging the publisher, right?
Yeah,
the publisher are those who write with the newspapers.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So you can do all the media. I see again. Yes. Anyway, you want to say welcome back. Welcome back. This is the Truth Breakfast Show 961, the Hard and Swap. Like, those of you watching us online, we just want to announce to the public, we're not done yet. 95% yet. I mean, want to say big up to Director General, CEO Liability. I mean, great atmosphere in here. Yes, breathing in, breathing out. That's wonderful. Thanks to the technical team as well. But gradually, I know the audio and all of it will come through. But you've been missing us. It's great to be back on the air. Those of you monitoring in Banga, in Nimba, in Great Kitma County, I've been calling a couple of areas to have the reaction of the signal.
Okay.
Yes, please a call. The first area I called was in Clay Ashland. You know, I'm from Clay Ashland. And it says Claire. Then the next full person I placed a call to was David Coty. David said Crystal Claire. Then I move on to Grand Kitman County. Yes, around the Sierra Leone Liberia border. Yes, the reception there is also good. I placed a call to Magibie County.
Okay.
It's just that the echo within the studio here. I'm sure we're going to work on that gradually. Our technical guys, they are very good. They're going to work on that. I mean, in every other great innovation bringing through your broadcast, we're going to bring you on the air. You know, thanks to all of our sponsors. The Pan African Bank. I haven't seen no bank in the whole world in Echo Bank. Where you save your money. Echo Bank, the Pan African Bank. Thanks to Orange Liberia. The first GL7 company, Temple's Water, hit 1 million subscribers. Orange Liberia. Thank you. Diamond Mineral Water. You know, when you're drinking Diamond, you feel so refreshing, man. I haven't seen a water, man, that someone will drink. Diamond Water, the Courage Eye Care, the first eye center that opens 7 a.m. in the morning. You know, like, bro, was so lazy with business. I'm sorry about that. The Courage Eye Care, those open by 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Some people wait for 9 o'clock. And that tells you that's real business. So, Courage Eye Care, thank you. La Costa Teacher College. Have you seen a real someone who tell you, say, I dream to be a teacher? Just a classroom teacher. Go to La Cosa. Let Benjamin what he tell you. Yeah? If you see someone who take on that course and say, I want to be a professional classroom teacher, they can be so serious. They can write. They have the books.
Yeah.
Yes. So La Cosa Teacher College want to say thank you so much. And all of our silent listeners, so those of you who don't text, you don't call. Some of you place, phone calls as well. Right? Want to say thank you. Welcome to the show. And let's start out with this media thing. And I'm going to start with the Press Union of Liberia. The PUL, the Press Union of Liberia had the opening of a new headquarters. That was last week. Within the same week, the Publisher Association, congratulations, big brother, Alfonso Tue. Alfonso Tue is the new president now. Yeah, let Gbarntolmah say some story then. Let's see. Sharing across all the papers there.
Yeah.
Yes. So the vice president was invited, but He didn't make it up to the program, for the
Okay.
publisher's program.
Okay.
Yes, so who appears, he sent a proxy. But according to the proxy, the VP is saying that he recognized the working of the media. That's why I say no one should ever dream of challenging the media. There is no way. There will be a lot of political talk shows all around. At some point in time, you'll leave it. And this is our job we'll do until Christ calls. You know
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Yes. All of you doing talk shows or also other thing. At some point in time, you'll leave it. And this is our profession. We're not going to leave it. A policeman will not leave the policing job. So the VP, I've said he reaffirmed his commitment to the media. Hmm?
Yeah.
Yes. So those of you who want to challenge member of the fourth estate, it's not possible. Let the media operate freely. There should be independent press. Look, I tell you all true. I can bite my tongue on this one. You see Musa Valente? Hmm?
Mm.
I would consider Musa as one of the best politicians I ever known. You know why? You know, some of you listening out to me, I would say Musa Valente, the political leader of the CMC, he's one of the best politicians I've ever known in my life. You don't stop anybody from coming. Truth Event turns 20 years. Whether you from this camel, that camel, the platform is just open to everybody. That's how Truth FM has been. Most ability, I want to wish you the best of luck. You know, that your dream, moving on to CMC, I want to wish you all of the best. We'll see you working already. 4 years of election, you're already going out working. And there is no day that he will say, or the DJ will say, don't bring this person to my station. Don't bring this. You see Martin calling my good friend coming up on the show. Do you know how many articles Martin are rating, right? That is Musa Dolete. How many politicians will do so? It won't work. Anyway, yes.
Yeah, like you said, Super FN, we have had a record of all of these things you are talking about. We have been working. People have been here and they lived. All have been coming. We are now here, so we are glad that we are here and we are on back. So we are glad that gradually we are getting there bit by bit, and that will come. Our station, whether it is election time, whether it's not election time, we are here making sure that we inform the public and trust us. And there are people who are watching. They call us and appreciate us for the little work we do. So we'll not be deterred. We have really several advocates here, and the results are there. So we are glad each time. And we know there will be time people will criticize us, and which is good for democracy. So we'll not give up. As I said, we'll keep on doing our job professionally. Once we are doing professional work, we'll continue. As long as we are here, we'll continue. So, O'Neill, let's keep on. Like I always encouraging you. At the same time, you receive some backlash, and it got to happen.
Yeah.
People want you to go their way, and we have to go the way of the majority, the public.
And some of them,
the public.
you are there having of them call you.
No,
You won't call you. You won't text you.
that's one just they say, but I will testing you the whole week, but you didn't respond. But I didn't see that.
You didn't see text.
If I,
Hey, we're not an issue. Yeah, man. But let's move on to the U.S. Embassy.
Okay.
I mean, the U.S. Embassy, like Bureau, whenever our senior ally who have an embassy accredited to our country, will issue a release, Liberians should take it very serious. The U.S. Embassy have noticed that most of our public officials, whenever the spouse is pregnant, they are pregnant, they will send them where? Fly them to America, visiting visa to go and give birth. And when that child is born, the child become a what? A U.S. citizen.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to re-echo what the embassy encourage our people to make our health system a better one. That when you take a visiting visa and go give birth there, that child is not a U.S. citizen. Make GFK a better place. Now, if someone's going to give birth, they don't die in labor. Make the Redemption Hospital, make the James and David. The 14 Military Hospital, the Emory Hospital in Buffalo, and so forth. Make our system a better one. So day by day, if you observe the U.S. Embassy or the U.S. government, they are putting African leaders, not just Liberia alone.
No.
Yes, they are reminding African leaders, look, These are basic things you need to be doing. So we'll be reminding you. Okay, all of you who are said, just first go to the US and go give birth. That child is not a US citizen. That child, yeah, belongs to the country they came from. I want you to go to the US embassy and just read our official statement. It's good. This release from the embassy is good for the country. It's good for our public official. It's good that our health system, our hospitals, our clinics will be a better one. So when that lady or mother who don't have a dime is going to the hospital in pain, he or she will have a hope to say, oh, childbirth is not that curse. That, oh, this lady is in pain. Whether she will even make it to the hospital should be a concern. So there was a release. Breath tourism. Yes, just read out.
So traveling to the United States on a visa for the purpose of giving birth, so your child will obtain U.S. citizenship is prohibited. If consular or officers believe this is your intent, they will deny your visa application.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look at that. You want to take that again?
Traveling to the United States on a visa for purpose of giving birth, so your child will obtain U.S. citizenship is prohibited.
Okay.
If consular officers believe this is your intent, they will deny your visa application.
They will deny. That's it, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, right? We'll move, man.
I think the people they
It's simple.
yeah.
You go on a visiting visa, does that give that right that the child you were born, that girl child, that boy child,
You'll be a citizen of
will be a
America.
U.S. citizen? No.
No.
That's not it. It doesn't guarantee it.
A simple message they are giving us.
That's a simple thing.
You have
Improve
extra-
improve
your
our
health
system,
sector.
improve our health sector. If your wife or your fiance is going to a nearby hospital in Monrovia or in Banga or in Nimba or in Kidman, when they're going there, they will not make it through childbirth. Listen in ORC. No, improve the system here. The other policy here for the whole country.
Yeah.
I mean, these are the kind of things we talk on the radio. But let's get to something to the LDA. Proud to Troop FM going off the air. Good morning, His Excellency. I'm sorry I didn't read the president. Your boy got good morning to you. Yeah, those of you in the opposition, your wait, when your time reach, yeah. The most ability to be in the presidency will say good morning to you. And don't overlook me. I can do prophetic thing when I say, yeah.
Well, you said it before.
Yeah,
The
so
president.
the president, Joe Walker, good morning. Most ability wait for your time. George Weah, wait for your time again, right? Yes. Anyway, the LDA thing have been a major concern. And those of you who have listened, if we open the telephone line, you'll have us on record for this. We've been explaining about the LDA, the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. And some things was not right within the LDA. They'll play our own tape, you'll see what we was talking was true. We did announce that 3 key positions within the LDA was not captured by the government. These key 3 positions: 1, the intelligence, chief of intelligence, chief of operation, and chief of what? Manpower. For 1 week we've been on it. We were calling the attention of the president. Mr. President, Josiah Joker have gone to the LDA. And when he did his overhead count, those who were processed, well processed, was 538 listing. 3 key positions that carry on raiding all around. We didn't recognize them. They are fake DEA officer. I will tell the public, and y'all know who was actually saying the truth. The same way, the police arrested fake police officers at 6 o'clock with the other police officers. Now, same thing. These people was carrying on raiding, but they're not captured by government. They're not getting paid by government. Yeah. Then, good morning. I'm talking to my president. Then I will come up to the newly appointed, those who are their officers in charge. And I'll have our statement on this. Who said, President Boykai, His Excellency, I need you to call Anthony Swa and Sebastian Fa. Folks, you're listening up. We don't bring misinformation. Blackmailing in journalism should be a crime. In fact, Sebastian Fa and Anthony Swa. Then we did a research on who was actually Sebastian Fa. Sebastian Farr had been a well-trained police officer that been at the police academy for almost 17 years and had an excellent record. And Johnson Gbarntolmah wants to travel right now whatsoever. Someone can tell you, say, go and get a police clearance. Hmm?
Yeah.
Do you know what they're asking for a police clearance to do your record? Sebastian had an excellent record. Then the boss of the LDA decides to use propaganda. This is what made the whole system went up. Folks, you're listening up to me. The real story I'm telling you. The reason why the whole team went out, one neutral person was Sebastian Farr, a well-trained police officer. You know, to make changes in any administration is not something easy. You will be seen as a bad person. That's what happened to Sebastian Farr. They have commentary bloggers all around dealing with Sebastian Farr. Everybody dealing with this man. This man's the most bad guy in the LDA. Then, with our own research, but no, this is the man who's trying to bring the rightful changes within the LDA structure. All those years he's been at the police academy, the president say can't be the deputy here. They may want to put place system into place, and nothing was working. I think the one thing make Sebastian has to sacrifice to make it out to Auckland. You see what happened now? Anthony Swat, this is your second time you've been dismissed on the LDA. You're not gonna come back in government. Thanks for serving. Instead of you and Sebastian working together as a team, you didn't do so. You fought Sebastian, and the president dismissed all of you. I felt bad when I saw the e-mention. Hmm?
Mm.
I said, oh my God, a good man is going out of the system. I mean, others are affected too. The same way by tomorrow, we'll talk about what is happening at Airfield. The same thing that happened at LD, that what happened to Airfield. Dubai Chris Noah. Dubai Chris what?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dubai Chris, yeah, we'll talk about Airfield on tomorrow. Same thing that happened to LD that what happened to Airfield. Now, as I speak. Then when I saw the e-mansion released, I wept within my heart. I said, oh God, a good man have been dismissed by the president. Anyway, that's the decision of the president. Sebastian of all of the record and dismissed. The man who was not you on the LDA payroll, you're saying all you right, talking, defending his daughter on the tape. You know, I seen that one telling you he's not captured. You call one of his deputy, you know my daughter there release her. The commander talking to you. Yeah. He said that he me. If that is not even recognized of LDA officer. And let me speak to my president. Excellency. You have appointed another policeman back to the LDA. Let's go to the immersion. Let's get this the full team there. As Johnson is going to the executive mansion website, Sebastian Farr, I want to wish you well. It's a decision of the president. But the record you have, look, even the guys at the King's building, the police, go ask guys at the police headquarters, they don't even believe it. Say, what? This happened to Sebastian Farr? And I'm a president. You have appointed another police officer to take in charge. I want to appeal to you, His Excellency. If you listen to his people, this issue of drugs has become a national concern. Like we're even fighting coronavirus or even Ebola. No, another top police officer as officer, Mr. President, can you please retain this? Let's give the benefit of the doubt to Figueroa. Call the three who were appointed. Three, yeah? DCP, Figueroa, yes.
What do you call it?
Yeah, call the three of them. I want to make an appeal to the president.
So
Yeah, because now the whole thing, every program go on. Another one go on. You keep changing, keep confused. You know? Yeah. Go ahead.
So the first person is DCP Fitzgerald TM Bako of the Liberian National Police to serve as officer in charge. Is Ernest Tape, Assistant Director for Special Services, National Security Agency, to serve as Deputy for Administration or Investigation. So ACP Patrick B. Kamazu of the Liberian National Police to serve as Deputy Operations.
Okay,
So three
the
names.
three of them. So that the acting in charge is Fitzgerald,
Yes, well,
Boyle, DCP. Excellency, let's give this team the benefit of the doubt. You know, Fitzgerald, You know, media poll will always the crazy thing. Then I start to search who actually is Fitzgerald. Who's the new person the president had appointed, you know, after Abraham Nkrumah? Eh?
Mm,
Another officer in charge, Christopher Peters came. Hmm?
mm.
After Christopher Peter, Antonin Swa came, the third person. Now here is the fourth person, His Excellency. Let's see this thing. By the way, I bet you informed that they're having a press conference on. Yes, and all of you will listen up to the press conference by 2 o'clock. What the LDA acting team will say today, they will proceed on tomorrow.
Like you've been saying before, when off about this LDA, what's going on? That LDA will be in the news almost every week. There are issues, so I think the president or the government have to settle the issues, make sure that we have proper leadership there, that we trusted, that work together. Because, like you said, we have had just in less than 2 years,
Mhm,
we have had full and leadership
mhm.
been appointed there. And it is our prayer that this new leadership, the president can trust them and make them the proper leaders there, and you have to work together. We don't know what's going on. There are internal wrangling. The first group came there were problem. The second group problem. The
Mhm,
third,
mhm.
and this is the fourth.
The full.
So what's the issue? It's bedroom ago. So we have to.
Look, but nobody will believe it. I love the modern word. You see, as we're talking, someone just sent me the whole profile of
Okay.
what is it? I will get used to the new boss name. Fitzgerald.
Yeah, it Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald
Fitzgerald
T.M. Biago.
Diago.
Biago. Hey, yeah. Look, I love the modern word. That's why when some of you are serving, you have to be careful because
Yeah.
you don't know what the breeze will blow you tomorrow.
Okay.
Hmm? If you have bad record and when they appoint you, that problem. Hmm?
Yeah.
All the things you do, the way Gbarntolmah from Bonkande, right? If they Gbarntolmah move on and be,
Superintendent. Hey.
all the record he did in Bonkande, they will come.
Even most of the country.
Yeah, it must have rather you go back home and say, but let Gbarntolmah, is that Grace firing for San Joseph?
Yeah. And she said
Oh,
she
yeah.
got records.
She got records.
Got documents.
Yeah. Grace Pop will bring Grace on very soon.
Yeah.
Grace there, she got document on that. They are eating.
Yeah.
It was number one. Oh. So let's go back to the issue. The
Yeah.
issue here, someone had just fired in the full profile of the acting officer in charge. Huh? Fitzgerald T.M. Bago, or steward in law enforcement. Born August 29, 1980. Okay. In Tapeta, Lower Nima County. Okay. Yago Nima Yasie. Okay. He has been dedicated his life to serving his country. Biago is a look. We can do this for any person with clean record in the country. We'll put professionals into the rightful place. I want you to go through his profile. Yes, just run through his profile.
Okay.
They're the news people. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Just go ahead.
So okay, Fitzgerald T.M. Biago was born on August 29, 1980 in the Interpreter Lower Magi, that's Nima County, Liberia. He has dedicated his life to serving this country. Biago is a patriotic Liberian with a strong educational background and a deep dedication to public service. He was made substantial contributions. He has made substantial contribution to the law enforcement and consistently demonstrated growth and leadership throughout his career. Biago started his schooling at Tape Memorial High School, where in 1999 to 2000 he obtained both his WIAC certificate and his high school diploma.
Okay.
Building on this foundation, he earned a bachelor, that's BSc degree in public administration from the University of Liberia in 2010.
Okay.
Candidate for a master's in police administration from the African Zion Methodist University.
That's good.
Biako's test for education led him to various reputational institutions in Liberia and abroad, and obtained a number of specialized certifications including leadership in law enforcement
Mhm.
and strategic communication, instructor curriculum development, police senior management course, United States Defense Institute of International Legal Studies, police middle management, public order management and tactical operation, police instructor development course, and police mobile force training. So Biako's
Mhm.
my eye
Yeah, tell her my profile.
yeah, my profile.
Wait, you missed out something.
Yeah.
Just go to the key one. People put the WhatsApp number on the
Okay, so we go to the key one. Biako's remarkable journey in law enforcement began with basic police recruit training at the National Police Training Academy,
Mhm.
where he graduated from the United Nations Mission in Liberia's that's OMIL basic recruit training class 1 in 2005.
Okay.
Since then, his career has been a testament to his exceptional and outstanding leadership skills, notably he distinguished himself as a general shift supervisor for Alpha, Bravo, and Charles companies of the police support unit
Mhm.
from 2006 to 2008, and the nickname Force. So
Ah,
he got
okay.
Force.
So we'll hold it right there,
Yeah.
right? So I mean, folks, we intend to do this because the issue of fighting drug has become a national concern, and now our president have appointed a new face to the LDA. This is the fourth pricing now. Yeah. So we want to call on the president. I still feel hurt that Sebastian Farr had left the system away, but that's a decision of the president.
Yeah.
Another very good police officer. Now we have another senior police officer going to the LDA. Look, I saw a terrible video on the Facebook. I should close up on the discussion. I saw some LDA soldiers, officers taking fire to burn the makeshift building. I said, how will you burn the structures down? Is that how you find drug to burn the building down? Does the court give you right? You need a real reform within that LDA. And that was Sebastian was taken to the LDA, but everything happened for a reason. So Mr. Bago, what is name?
The Force.
The Force.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, maybe at the LD now you have new name, but you still carry on because security.
Yeah.
Yes. So the Force, as you go within, go with a good mindset. Hmm? Do no witch hunts. You see, one of his degrees here, public administration, right?
Yeah.
Look through the administrative chain of the LDA there. Who's qualified? Put them into the rightful position of assignments. Reform that whole LDA. And who knows? Like the president said, well, no one knows within the LDA. So let's give this man his job. Let's move on quickly before we get the lines activated. At 9 o'clock, we'll bring activist Martin Kim Colley live with us on the last segment of the TBS this morning. We've been off the radio. The Liberia Traffic Management again. The Ministry of Transport looked more active. I was at Transport on Friday. Yes, the
You
window
mean more active?
more active than
Okay.
before. So the lawmakers, you left us halfway. You left Liberian people halfway. That's how your votes will be halfway in 2029. Oh, but that's true.
We see that in a minute.
The lawmakers let the whole public suspect. No, that's why sometimes I say I don't trust members of the 55th. Not every one of you, but in the majority. You left the whole public halfway. They say that Liberia, people will forget about it. Guess what? In a civilized or modern country, two windows open, one open in West Point, one open in Newtown. Traffic management window still open. The Ministry of Transport window still open. That's how our lawmakers have left us. The court won't put traffic management won't be shut down. That's why the lawmaker have issued a holiday and that court. Only the court will give them the right say that she shut it down. But that's happening in the country. Member of the 55th. That's why I say I don't trust you. The drivers protested for one day, ran to y'all for solution. You'll turn the whole thing to the president and say the president might make the decision. And trust me, that's how it's going to be. So, folks, if you listen up to the radio, go to the Ministry of Transport register. The U.S. Embassy will not come and tell you, say, traffic management is legitimate or transport is legitimate. But they have warned you that On the overall, they have red lines on the owner of the traffic management. That's why Firestone, one of Firestone have gone to transport to register. Have you noticed almost all of the police vehicles, they don't have traffic management on the back. They are removing it. So our Lord make us y'all left us halfway. That's why we say we don't trust y'all. Most of y'all will be kicked out in 2029. You have no campaign message. Some of you not even have the face to come and campaign. Yes. We'll move on.
So they should remember that they were elected to represent their constituents. So putting hold to the Liberia traffic management, and up to now they are still operating, like you said, and we leave the public in the state of dilemma as to what to do. But thank be to God that people are listening to us, and they are now going to the Ministry of Transport, the legitimate institution established by law, to carry on this duty. Because you can have two windows open, and not to say the two windows are collaborating, right? If they say, or you come out to say, okay, two of you will collaborate, those of interns we can go right here, maybe because of transportation issue, those of you in town can go to the ministry, but the both institutions are not collaborating, and just leave us in the thin air.
Two windows open, so anybody go and register. So this even make it difficult for transport to carry on inspections for motor and vehicle. Transport will not carry inspection. Nothing happening. That's how the law makers, that's how y'all done to us. Only thing we see your pass with a big car, just bring serene, left, right, left, right. Look, 2029 will be worse. And tomorrow we'll take our time on China Union. That two major things we'll talk about by tomorrow.
Okay.
China Union. China Union goes into a dark deal. China, where is in Burma, right?
Yeah.
The House Committee on Concession. 3.5 million owned by China Union as debt. They owe the government. China Union want to offset, they want to erase the 3 years debt. Somebody interest rate there. Bond county 50%, man giving 25%, and Muscle Rattle 25%. That's a debt owned. China Union having settled her social corporate responsibility. All of y'all in that house there, none of y'all saying it. So when the information reach out to the press, is that bad press, Gbarntolmah? It's not a bad press. You expect us to sit on it, something that our company should give back to the people? We say China Union. And there are two other major things. Enfield, tomorrow will feature Enfield. Sophie is not right. Good morning, Mr. President. The Deputy Director General, Adam, look, I hate to see professionals treated the way they are. There are people who have lived a life and they come into government to serve. Politics is very bad. Adam Lincoln, all of you listening up to me this morning, the Deputy Director General at Enfield, Dr. Adam Lincoln, this man has been suspended over 1 year. The board at Enfield have investigated. The man is vindicated. But almost 6-7 months, no one is saying nothing to Dr. Lincoln. Hey man, a man who has served at the UN, just everywhere, and say, let me come back home to my country. Is that how you treat someone? Tomorrow will feature Enfield. Yes, the whole empire said we don't even know when to update. We'll talk about Enfield on tomorrow. That what we are doing for Adam Lincoln, it can happen to any one of you out there. His Excellency will call your attention. The reason why you see everything I say is Excellency, Excellency, because the appointment comes from the president. Anyway, let's get the lines activated. This is the TBS 961, the heart and soul of Liberia. Zoom Lion is a bad deal, a very bad concession deal. I'm understanding this month the final decision will be made as to who to get the contract. Zoom Lion, that was banned by the World Bank. The Ghana GSC report also put a red line on Zoom Lion, and someone have pushed Zoom Lion somewhere and shortlisted them for a waste management contract in Liberia. Why? Why is this happening to our country? I mean, let's get the lines activated. 9 o'clock will bring Martin Kim calling with us. Good morning.
Good morning to Johnson. Very successful and this is the point of creating the break. And I want to say thanks to the team at the Children's for the kind of background and done so far. But when you really my issue has been job social DA. When you baffles me when you have a sector where every now and then there's a sector that is caught with the responsibility of being illicit drugs in this country. When you in the absence of justice at the LDA, we cannot sell drugs. In as much as we say, okay, let's have people at the borders. Okay, let's see how we can beef up the income of those but when there's no unity, how do you think these people will work collaboratively to battle drugs? Every now and then, it is either the boss against the other man or the other against the boss. So I want to say this on you, like you had say, we need now to restore the unity. If you are appointed by the president to go to FD, we are there to serve in the best interest of the Liberian people. What I listed.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Zero 770 153 265. I thought, Bolo, please make sure the online is effective. Yes.
And the female can call me on 0775 136874. For female, you can call me on 0775 136874.
Yes, I have an online WhatsApp call 077 0153 265. Let's do a minute. 9 o'clock will bring Martin Kim calling. Good morning. Morning.
Let me say a pleasant good morning to schools of Liberia and the broadcast this morning. Let me applaud firstly the CEO of the digital radio station. You know, what's all we
where are you calling from? Which country are you calling from? Which country are you calling from?
I'm calling for Uganda.
You're calling from Rwanda. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you know, only two of them to my heart. And we are going to prepare our season of the time to what you prepare show.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, go to the channel management. Like keep speaking for the travel, want to say again, want to re-emphasize that the traffic management is a dubious and concession, I mean, well for many young people who see that say as travel, I mean, or making life. The traffic management is something that we don't accept. We don't even want to exist in Liberia. The legitimate, or people that should be responsible for vehicle registration, ministry of transport. And what before I conclude on you, let me encourage all your viewers. Please do not go to traffic management. Make your way at the Ministry of Transport to do your vehicle registration. On you, thank you so much for the show for Kigali and all for this station. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, thank you so much. He's calling all the way from Kigali. That's in Rwanda. 0770 153 265. Those of you monitoring online, the WhatsApp number is there. Go ahead and call. Let's hear from you. This is the TBS. Yes, we have this information. China Union goes into the dark with a House Committee on Concession to compromise 3.5 million debt. 3.5 million. China Union owning the government. What happened? We'll tell you about it. But let's pick four calls up. 9 o'clock. We have Martin Kim calling. Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Thank you. This is for the Prince Kolake, I phone from District 5. So I think with the communication from the embassy, for me, I welcome it because I listened to Keith Stephen Allen on one of his appearances at the TRC. Can you imagine for him to tell the public that his four children are very interested in the reason for which they have was anytime his wife gets pregnant, she also went very well to give birth because of the health situation like this. Can you imagine? So instead of teaching the thing, the happening in Liberia, instead of working on a very hospital for us to have adequate health facility, those people, they can only get when their women get pregnant, they send it in America. So what becomes of the ordinary people? So with the communication, it will serve as a deterrent that if they don't work to make sure that those health facilities like Liberia are to the time. Yeah, women go there to give birth, it will be like the same way the ordinary people are facing severe problem when it comes to self-help delivery in Nigeria. So I work on that statement, and the issue about the LDA, I think Gerald Biago, he one person that who they carry the ratios of a good leader. I think if the rest of us can point to the place and wishing well and the explosive record.
Okay.
Okay.
He's off the line. Yes. Kulake, thank you. Morning. Morning.
Yeah.
Morning. Fofi Kamara, right?
Yeah, this topic come out. Thank you for
Well, go ahead. I'm fine.
thank you for so this platform this government everything good. This president is on the right side for everything from it comes to this campaign management thing. I want the president to look in that direction. I don't want him to do anything or expect anything in this government that will jeopardize that will jeopardize how you call it, not but okay. So so this transport management is transport is really or not sending the country the right way. All the government need to do is to hire a group of people maybe from somewhere else to come and bring me some idea that will teach our people to carry on the work of getting out let's say
Okay.
let's say
Okay.
or unless to take it from the Nigerian people and give it to foreigners as it is. I'm the president, very something or whoever responsible for this to remove foreigners in the Nigerian, stop using people of our
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Councilor Gongolo is on the line. I don't know if you want to have an import. If not so, Council, I'm live on air. I don't know. If you want to have an import, then I can put you through. Council, I'm live. Or hello. Okay. Okay. I think he's in the class. Pick up David Kote. Council, you got my number set in the phone. Anyway, morning.
I decided to just sit quietly and enjoy the program, but your last caller pushed me to talk.
Okay.
Most people believe that the president is pussyfooting on this matter
Mhm.
concerning the transfer, how you call it, the privilege doing the registration. The president is not pussyfooting. That simply means he's not sitting back and not taking a firm decision. This matter is in court. The lawmakers are the ones that are pussyfooting
Mhm.
because they passed the law and they should repeal the law. This is not a matter that the president can just jump into. No. The president is the president of the law. He cannot just jump into it. It was from the past administration that the lawmakers passed this into law. They are the only ones that can solve this problem. What they need to do now is to repeal what they have passed. But for people to listen to other radio stations, the president got to take a decision. No. It is not the president who should take a decision now, but the lawmakers. They should pass, they should repeal the law. That's a clarification. Let me enjoy my program and see the president's law.
All right, great. Thank you. Let's see. We can get on with Martin in like 6 minutes from now. This is the Breakfast Show 961. The heart and soul of Liberia. China Union. China Union wants to offset the debt. 3 years liabilities owed to government. Three counties should be benefiting for the 3.5 million. Bon County got 50%. Monserrado 25%. Magibi 25%. We'll bring you full details on this on tomorrow. And Enfield, I'm dissatisfied with how a well professional is being treated at Enfield, like the Adam Lincoln. And this goes directly with the board. The board have the investigation. They have investigated. They have the report. And trust me, when you are appointed as a committee board members, you are there to solve solution for that given institution. You can come over a report. The report is, I have copied of the report 7 months. Yeah, man. How are we doing this, man? Tomorrow we'll have an exclusive on Enfield. That place should be a quiet area, but it's not so. We'll bring up Martin Kim Colley shortly. I think we're going to try him by link. But let's pick two more calls up while we're trying to make adjustment. China Union. Oh, so you don't take the liability. One country you get 50%. Might give you 25%. Most rather 25%. We want to put it on the carpet. 0770-153-265, 0770-153-265. This is the TBS 96.1. Is the hottest swap. Liberia. We're still upgrading. Um, there are some areas probably you might not have as that crystal clear like before, but trust me, within subsequent time, we'll meet up to your expectation to run independent network. I mean, anyone can attest to it. It's not something easy.
Nice.
Yes, a network where you burn close to 36 gallons every day. That's what we're burning here. Well, yeah, a day, not just I mean a week, 34 gallons a day. Let's go to Bapolo. This call should be from Bapolo. Yes.
I mean, we are cleaning Bapolo.
Yeah, Bapolo. We are in Bapolo. Go ahead.
Good morning, O'Neill. Thanks for the recognition. And
Say good morning, O'Neill Gbarntolmah. Yeah, man, don't do that thing one way thing. That's two way.
O'Neill, Gbarntolmah. Yeah,
Gbarntolmah. Yes, go ahead.
we are
Okay.
the best people. So I want to say thank you, O'Neill and Johnson. For the talking point, actually to admit, it's very interesting to know that the media is actually playing a serious role in our society now. The opportunities that we didn't have that opportunity yesterday because everything was behind door. But to see the DA being changed and leadership upon leadership change, I know the president is doing that to see the best people coming into the system. He's not doing that for anyone, but what I appreciate the media for is without the media, I don't think we could know these issues.
No, take for example Simon Morris. Like, so people have problems. So politicians have problems with the media. Let me just give you an example. Take for example China Union. China Union owned three counties. The social corporate responsibility 3.5 million, and no one saying nothing. Yeah, and we're breaking this kind of news. 50% for Bon County. 25% Montserrat, 25% for Margibi. The liabilities. 3 years they are not paying, but they're operating in the country. Is that you see the media?
It's a thing that actually to admit, I can I can find as politicians who have already against some of serious matter in free journalism in the country. What happened is for me, I expect that O'Neill, because they will never allow you to say the right thing against them. So what they will do, they will try to intimidate you. And I will encourage the media, I will encourage you to continue the good work, and so that at least our people can be informed. You will be surprised to know that two FM and EOBC are only stations that fall across the country. And before in our just in Bella district yesterday, two FM and people are talking about it about the station, you've been off for these few days. And why people get here, O'Neill, you don't know. You very popular in Europe. I will answer you. You know what I'm saying?
That should not put me to go contest. So I mean, they will go now. We have asked me on that. Uh-huh.
Years of other show. So, where Gbarntolmah, that Gbarntolmah, they don't Gbarntolmah, the real pronunciation.
Okay.
I want to appreciate you guys. Thank you, man, O'Neill.
Okay. All right. Great. Thank you so much. The
Good morning.
Yes. Let's do one more call. Last caller.
Good morning. Good morning.
Go ahead.
Welcome back on the air.
Thank you.
Okay, look, I'm just a pilot, so I just called on that section. You talk, always come to pass. We've been talking about the blood sample administration, and we've come to affiliation. We talk about the spirit of action. And I want you not to forget about what of issue by I know some other areas who are issuing the work permit.
Okay, the work permit. Is that a work permit or resident permit? Yeah, resident permit.
You now keep talking.
Okay.
Keep talking. And when you want to talk about other issues, just keep talking. There are people in the corner praying for you. And you make it.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, thanks for all of the calls. Look, there are three other things we'll sustain as we close up. One, we're making progress with the traffic management.
Yeah.
Yes, if the whole of Firestone, American company, and we're registered transport. Yes, I think we have made a good progress. The LDA will call on the president attention. Biogas, but Biago. Yeah, I'll get time to use
Yeah,
for the
we know
name.
what you say.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to be appointed. Yes, he's a well-trained professional police officer for excellent record going to the DEA. So we should give him, we'll ask the president, I mean, let it be appointed permanently. He have a press conference on today. Then this Zoom Lion thing, who have shortlisted Zoom Lion. I mean, Zoom Lion is a bad company that should be shortlisted. Even anywhere, World Bank have put a big X. Ghana, the GSC report put a red flag on Zoom Lion. Who have shortlisted Zoom Lion again? So these are things we flag, in the interest of the country, and it's very helpful. But let's go to the line this morning and bring on. I want to appreciate those of you who normally place, call to me. I'll definitely appreciate it if you don't call me direct, because I'm having right now online. Those of you who call my number directly, I want to sincerely appreciate if you will not call me with a direct call for the next 1 hour. Yes, because we have activate one of Liberia's most consistent activates. Yes, you are back nothing for that. I say yes. Consistent in the sense that he supported the United Party government to power, right? And when some point in time he feels that the government is not proceeding the rightful way, he still goes on and lash at the government. That's what we call an activate. He wrote an article on the social media. And by the way, Martin's already in the phone line. I'm just doing his intro to bring you on the air shortly. He wrote an article on the social media that says, well, from 2006 up to 2025, nothing have changed in Liberia. Nothing have changed. We are spending close to 10.4 billion, not million, but 10.4 billion. So Martin have accepted our invitation. And by the way, I have to appeal to Councillor Teron Gongolo. Teron should have been our guest this morning, but Teron said, well, let Martin go ahead. He can come on tomorrow. And even Sama Koga will also come on tomorrow. But Martin, you have live on the air this morning. It's great to have you. Your first official interview with me on the True Breakfast Show. Good morning, Martin, Kim, colleague. This is O'Neill and Johnson together live on the TBS. Good morning.
Good morning, O'Neill and Johnson. I'm glad to be on. Like you said, this is my first appearance with you and Johnson. I appreciate the opportunity. Thanks for the great job you continue to do for our people as a team at Truth FM. The Republic appreciates all of you who continue to build national consciousness through the media. Permit me to extend my greetings to all Liberians, especially those.
Okay, great. So, Martin, Peppermint, how does it take to be an activist? Let's start it like this. I mean, your voice has been heard in Bapolu, in Nimba, in Kidbow, in Grand Jide, in Bombay, in Signing, just everywhere. What does it take to be an activist, to be so consistent? Let me just start over this. This is your official interview debut with me. What does it take to be so consistent? Not flip-flopping, not flip-flopping. 1 minute he's on the side, he's seeing it wrong, you're still saying, yeah, it's right. What does it take to be consistent?
It takes discipline, it takes commitment, integrity, and patriotism. You know, when I was in Liberia, O'Neill and Johnson, I served as the senior bearer of the Student Unification Party. At that time, I was a student leader at the University of Liberia. We struggled together for the people, especially over 25,000 students. The records are there. We challenge the system. So we are very consistent in pursuit of a new dawn in Liberia because we believe Liberians across Liberia deserve a better condition across the aisle. And it is unfortunate that for many, many years, for decades, they have not had the opportunity to embrace economic freedom. So our advocacy is squarely and purely in the interest of the ordinary people. That's why we have committed ourselves, our lives, and everything to making sure that we promote national consciousness across the country, hold public officials accountable, investigate, research acts of corruption, bad governance, and so forth. So yes, consistency in what we do matters, and this has been our path, and we will continue to pursue this path. So discipline, integrity, commitment, patriotism, and the desire to serve your people, have kept me on this journey. So inspired by the resilience of the Liberian people,
Okay.
courageous and consistent in pursuit of a new Liberia.
All right. That's great. Let's get to business now. Since we have the next 1 hour to be on air, you have close to 125,000 followers on your platform on the social media. You use this platform. Um, you was kind of making the previous government, the George Weah government, when you write your posts will cut across the country, will reflect back home. Now you got this government irrelevant. Many feels that, well, why is Martin going the other way instead of you promoting, all of this article? You just keep writing, you just keep writing. Let's hear you.
Only let me say this, and I want to be unequivocal. The interest of Liberia and the interest of Liberians is far greater than any politician. When we chose to have joined President Joseph Yuma Boaka, at that time he was a candidate for the highest seat of our country, we made a commitment to our people to serve with dignity and honor. We made a commitment to our people to provide basic social services. So the contract, the social contract that was signed in 2023, especially during the presidential election, we cannot backpedal on the promises made. Fast forward to 2025, we are going to the end of year two under President Joseph Boaka. What we have said to the government, the people matter. Let's focus on investing in the people, civil servants, the youth, the women, the children. Let's protect the public interest. Let's protect the national interest. That has been my call to the government. You saw how we struggled to have brought the government to power. I had several fronts open at the same time. We had to protect the impeccability and integrity of Kenyan President Joseph Duman Boaka. And we did that because he appointed us at that time as chairman on research and policy reforms. I was not in the country. I was here in Ezra when I defended his agenda as a candidate for the presidency. We are now in 2025. My only thing is, Onu, we cannot change the rules in the middle of the game. We say we're going to provide quality education. We say we're going to create jobs through the private sector. We say we're going to invest in public transportation. We say we're going to invest in security, agriculture, job creation. So all I'm saying is, Mr. President, let's focus on the national interest. Unfortunately, I want to be very blunt on the show. Public waste has taken center stage. Resources that should be diverted to addressing some of the social economic challenges in the country are being pocketed by a few politicians as usual. And there was the same thing we fought against under former President Weah and former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. So our consistency in advocacy can be traced to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf's era. Up to now, we are still consistent because we believe that Liberia can change. We have so much to change the country. The resources are in abundance. So why are our people suffering? Like I said on one of your sisters' platform, we are in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, yet we suffer from drought. Is this not a contradiction, Onu and Johnson? Let's be honest.
Mm.
Service is about service to the people and not self. Look at the budget of just 103 Liberians who were privileged to serve as lawmakers. In 24 months, 24 months, we have spent over 103 million. When the youth of the country don't have jobs. Public institutions are challenged, including hospitals and tertiary institutions. But we're taking over 40 people to pay. How does that make sense for you and Johnson? Let's be practical here. I have come to discuss the practicalities. Because at the end of the day, we cannot politicize these things. The suffering of the people cannot be politicized. The suffering of the people cannot be politicized. Quality education cannot be politicized. Genuine national development or sustainable development cannot be politicized. We have to be intentional about these things. So as an elder activist, I've come on the platform this morning for us to discuss a wide range of issues, and I'm also interested in suggesting way forward or solutions for the government to readjust in pursuit of the public interest.
Okay, so Martin, thank you. My name is Johnson Gbarntolmah, and I'm here this morning along with O'Neill. My question has to do with you, one person, like you said, supported and making sure that this government come to power. Now that you have succeeded and the government is running, what's your rating so far of this government?
Technically, at this point in time, it is difficult to rate the government because we have not even ended yet too. We are just like around 18, 19 months. But on the face value, the government is achieving some of the promises made. However, some are not being achieved. So gains are being made, but not substantially. I gave you an example. The issue of drugs. One of the reasons why President Bwaka was elected to have succeeded ex-President Weah was because of the issue of drug, the fight against drug. But go to the national budget right now. Look at the appropriation to fight drug. Compare that appropriation with the appropriation of the entertainment budget of the 5 highest offices in the country. So if we want to fight drugs can be fought if we invest, number one, in rehabilitation, number two, in manpower. How many LDEA agents do we have? How many LIS agents do we have? Who do we have at our borders, the various entry points? Look at the salaries and allowances of these people. They get little or nothing. So the fight against drug, as farmers, should be holistic. And for that holistic fight to gain any steam or momentum, intentional investment must be made through the budget. Unfortunately, the Liberian Immigration Service is being underfunded. The Liberian Drug Enforcement Agency is being underfunded. Then the fundamental question is, how do we succeed in our fight against drugs as farmers during the campaign for which we were elected? So we have to be practical and intentional about achieving what we promised the people. So, rating the government now, right? I can tell you the government is 30% or 20%. What I can tell you, some gains are being made, and we commend the government for that.
Okay.
More needs to be done.
Okay. More needs to be done.
Mm-hmm. At different fronts.
Yeah, so
issue of job creation.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the people are unemployed, they are jobless. The youth, the men, the women, they are jobless.
So someone will say that government cannot take in everybody. Government cannot accommodate everyone. So what are the other means to have our young folks get employed? The president has said if we don't create job opportunity for the young folks, we are going to be in problem.
So there are many ways to create jobs. My argument is not for government to recruit people in the public sector, but the government can empower the private sector to drive economic growth and job creation. So, for example, there are Liberian-owned businesses in Liberia, right? There are entrepreneurs, Liberian entrepreneurs. What are we doing to empower them financially? Do they have access to macro loans? Do they have access to financing facilities so that they can compete with their foreign counterparts in the private sector? Technically, Liberian businesses are struggling. And to drive jobs in the country, you need to empower these Liberian-owned businesses because they will create a job. If their capital increases, of course, they will employ people because demand will be high for goods and services, and you need people to produce goods and services. So employment will shape upwards.
Hmm.
So the government needs to focus on areas that can generate jobs. One of the areas, for example, is to add value to some of these raw materials. So, for example, rubber. Right? Why are we still importing rubber buckets? Rubber slippers. The financial. When we have Liberian rubber, why can't we add value to our rubber? Because the thing is, if you add value to rubber, it's generate more money. You get more improve. Because now to be exporting, you'll not only be able to put in rubber buckets and rubber slippers on the back end, but you'll have surplus to export. And as you export the surplus, you are attracting people, foreign currency, which creates stability within the economy. For example, we have raw being exported. Those raw things are focused on furniture. They will not need to spend hundreds of millions to import something furniture. For example, we have cocoa, we have coffee. We can transform those cocoa and coffee. We can transform those cocoa and coffee into different products, including tea, including tea, a lot of other things. A lot of chocolate, they will have some people chocolate. So we need to look at more than I said, on three successive governments, three successive presidents, nothing has entirely and sustainably changed. And I listed 20 different things.
Okay.
And these things are still a challenge to Liberia. For example, on you, if any of these things has changed, you and Johnson can tell me yes. When I say time or sustainably, let's take for example, I'm talking about to a larger extent. To a larger extent, I don't mean 100%.
Okay.
So let me just.
Okay.
100%. So say for example, if it has changed even 50% or more than 50%, you let me know. For example, safe drinking water and sanitation. We haven't even achieved 25%. Education, no. Health, no. Security, no. Job creation, I'm talking about since 2006, January up to now. 19 years. 19 years we are talking about here. And we have not sustainably and entirely achieved any of these things. Not even.
So I was looking at most of these contractors companies. All major contractors are foreign owned. I have the full listing. So as you're talking, someone just sent me. Some of these companies listing. All major contractors are foreign owned. Where are we, man?
And the danger of that on you is these people repatriate their profits. They 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 repatriate their prof And this is one of the challenges of the government. There is no policy on the ground to say, okay, you know what? You can only send 10% of your profits abroad as foreign businesses operating like Europe. So they export their profits, and every country begins to look for foreign currency. That's what can create inflation and exchange rate volatility within the economy. Because when you have more people chasing after less quantum or quantity of foreign currency, then your local currency is devalued. In Liberia, we have dual currency regime. The economy is dollarized, which means we have dual currency regime. The US dollars, and we also have the Liberian dollars. These two regimes are legal tenders, according to our law, the central bank act. So if you have these two regimes, and one of these regimes is in limited quantity, there will always be inflation and exchange rate crisis or exchange rate volatility. Because everyone in Liberia does business across the Atlantic Ocean, not with Liberian dollars or United States dollars or other foreign currency. So you need to buy foreign currency to transact outside of Liberia. So it becomes expensive to buy those foreign currency when they are in limited quantity because demand to shift upward.
So Martin, let me push you a little bit. And someone was listening up to the radio and say, yeah, but Martin, why is it you give one of these great suggestions to this government? You fought this government, you brought this government into power. I mean, these are all good suggestions. Why is it, Martin, you can make these kind of recommendations?
So let me say this, and I'm saying it for the first time on your show. Before President Bwaka to come to power, we had a very good relationship, very good. In fact, every time President Bwaka would call me and I would call him and we'll talk. That was before January 2024. So when the people began, when the people began or started to come around him, Onigo, then I was cut off. So the general was cut off.
You mean the same people that was around George Weah? The same people were around George Weah?
Or disarming
him. So you are not disarmed.
I was never disarmed, and they cut me off. It is different.
Maybe you could come back. You could come back.
Sorry?
I said maybe you could make a comeback. The president looked and said, but things is not working. And here is Martin. He said right here making these good suggestions.
In fact, you know, I had direct contact with the president. Before I could cut off, I made several proposals about how we can drive that country, especially job creation, public transportation, the issue of sanitation, quality education, health, and so forth. I made almost 10 different proposals, practical proposals, not just theory. Yes, theory works, but practical works more. So we have to focus on what works in our context and environment. I made several proposals to the government, to President Bwaka directly, because I had direct contact with the president. So the question is, were people interested in using my intellect to have come to power, my energy as a young man, and afterwards, I'm not interested in job on you. And I want to say this to the president on your show.
Okay.
Interested in job, I'm in Liberia by now. I'm qualified, of course. I have a master's from here in Europe.
Yeah.
People who are managers and ministers in the country, they have masters or less than.
No, you have people with AA degree ranking. Go ahead. Just go ahead.
Correct. Correct. So I would have gotten a very big job if I was taking the job. But I didn't do it because I want job. I didn't fight for the Unity Party. I didn't fight for President Bwaka. I fought for the people. The objective conditions from the president, we are demanding the conglomeration of ideology.
Is that any regret? Is that any regret? Is that any regret? And fighting the previous government, George Weah, out of power, that you thought that things was going to go your way and people listen to you and give all of those advices. Are there any regrets?
I have no regrets. The conditions at that time on the former president, we are made to fight. And we fought. We stood with the people. We stood by the people and we stood for the people. So I have no regrets. I have no regrets for supporting President Boakai. There were two candidates. The race was a two-horse race between former President Weah and current President Boakai. If that race reoccurs, and let me say this in your show, if that same race reoccurs, I still prefer President Boakai over former.
Okay.
We are incompetent, unfit, corrupt. And he has no plan, absolutely no idea.
And you don't see him making a comeback.
It is a comedy for anybody to think so.
All right,
for anybody to think so. 2029 is a whole different ballgame.
Okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to.
For you,
yeah.
The election in 2029 will not be about CDC voters, United Party.
Will be about who?
Same today, there will be new faces, different actors, different players.
Should we retire the CDC and the Unity Party? Maybe just retire them and look for a fresh face that will come into the political landscape.
What I can say on you, it is the right of CDC and UP to exist as political parties because our system is pluralistic in the context of democracy. So you on you and Comrade Johnson, you guys have the right to form your own political party.
No, the media now, the media politicians feel that the media now we are causing problems. I mean, they all do. Some politicians have become journalists already. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see Creighton Donkeys, Joseph, Musa Beleke, everybody forming political party. That's the people right.
Okay.
That's what democracy.
Let's go to the big. Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you Unity Party should not exist or CDC should not exist. They should exist.
Okay.
Competition in politics and competition in the democracy that we have in Liberia matter a whole lot. The people themselves will charge their own code, but what I can say on your platform today and take it to the bank.
Yeah.
New actors.
Is that a Is that Akara's Great Bank? I'm taking it to the bank. Is that Akara's Great Bank? Or what kind of bank?
Akara Great. Now let me say the Akara Great Bank in 2023 was insolvent. It was bankrupt, so he could not come back.
Okay.
Because he used all of the resources that the Liberian people saved in it. But the point of the matter only is we have to be conscious enough about the condition of our people in the country. The people are suffering. We supported the government to come to power. I'm telling you, the people are suffering. I'm not having it.
Okay, so let you're being bold. Let's get to the big one. The people are suffering. The people have been suffering for Ellen Johnson time, George Weah time, Joseph Boakai time. And this big question there you had on the social media almost 24 hours ago. And I intend to read the first paragraph. No problem have been solved. Folks, you're listening up. His name is Martin Kim Colley, an activist live with us this morning. In your write out, you said no problem have been solved from January 2026 to August 2025. I repeat, no problem have been solved from January 2026 to August 2025, even though Liberia has spent over 10.4 billion. You went in the extension, making mention from Ellen Johnson to George Weah, now to Joe Boakai. Safe drinking water, no. Education, no. Health, no. Security, no. Job creation, energy, public transport, road, airports, rail, seaport, no. Housing, food security, agriculture, no. Gender equality, equity, no. Technology, internet access, human capacity, justice, and the rule of law. I mean, you just go on and you say nothing have changed, nothing have been solved. Let's hear you. Why you wrote this?
Okay, so that analysis on you and Johnson is contextual. So the caption was just read by you, but I want to read the first paragraph. So now, we Liberians, home and abroad, we want Liberians home and abroad to sit and reflect. This is not politics. Take some time off and go through everything, including the attachments. After doing that, tell us which or what problem have Liberian politicians sustainably resolved and entirely solved since we chose peace over war in August 2003. So I want us to identify the two adverbs in paragraph number 1. The first adverb is sustainably, describing the verb resolve. The second adverb is entirely, describing the verb solve. So I was contextual. Am I saying nothing has changed or nothing has happened? No. I am saying, as an activist, from January 2003 to August 2025, if 3 successive democratically elected heads of state, and everything you just did in the analysis I did on my Facebook page, like you can go there and read. We have not achieved any one of them sustainably and entirely in the context of development, who means to a larger extent, not even 50%. Let's go to Buffalo, for example, on you. Before I start with Buffalo, we have 15 counties in our country, small counties. Liberia is a very small country, western coastal country, right? So look at our counties. I want us to start from the ODS, Benton, Bafo, and Bosserado. These two counties were established since 1839. It's been 186 years. We cannot even boast of safe drinking water on you and Johnson. Let's be honest. Let's forget about all the other past presidents. Let's come to post-conflict Liberia. We started with Edwin Johnson Sirleaf. Then we came to George Weah, and now we are at Joseph Walker. We cannot even boast of safe drinking water, even though we spent over 10.4 billion in the last 19 years on you. And I want to be specific about what was spent. For example, Ellen first term, because our people are listening, you could get the facts.
Yes. Let's start from Ellen. Go ahead.
Ellen first term for 2006 to 2011, $1,843,598,462 was spent. Ellen second term from 2012 to 2017, we spent, when I say we, taxpayers, because of public money they were using now, $3,449,738,031. Let's go to George Weah. George Weah, 2018 to 2023, $3,580,512,543. Let's come to Joseph Walker in 18 or 19 months. Because we're talking about from 2006 January, from 2024 January, right, to September 1st, 2025. We spent $1,616,032,955. So when you do the aggregate, when you add everything on you and Johnson, in the last 19 years, and I want to be more specific, right? In the last 19 years, I want to give 19 years, 7 months, and 17 days.
Okay.
In the last 19 years, 7 months, and 17 days, from January 16, 2006 to September 1st, 2025, the nation has spent $10,489,881,991. Let me repeat. $10,489,881,991. Do you know what this means? And we cannot boast of safe drinking water. We cannot boast of better health care across the 15 counties. We cannot even boast of quality education, internet, public transport. So where did the money go? And this is the fundamental question I have called on all Liberians to reflect over. Where did the money go? Over 10 billion. Do you know what you're talking?
So you make mention, yeah, go ahead.
The other day I listened to the public rights minister, right? He was talking about Liberia needs around 2 billion to pay all of the roads across the country. So where did 10 billion go? And our roads are not paid. Even in Monrovia, Massarama County, the roads are not paid. A lot of the primary roads are not even paid, let alone highway roads. So where did over 10.4 billion go? We have to have this question on the show this morning. Look at Monrovia still down. Communities in Monrovia are still challenged with energy or electricity. Why? I was just telling you, 1839, Gbarntolmah and Montserrat were established as counties. It's been 186 years. They cannot even boast of safe drinking water. Maryland, before Maryland, Gbarntolmah was established in 1844. It's been 181 years. Gbarntolmah cannot even boast of better housing facility. Go to Gbarntolmah County right now. Our people still live in huts and shacks. Maryland, 1857. It's been 168 years. But the people there cannot boast of quality education. Bowman County, not both Grand Junior Lofa and Nimba, 1964. It's been 61 years on you. And we are still grappling with internet access and electricity in that region. Bowman 1984, Grand Crew 1984, 41 years. Has anything changed in those places? Even though there are mining companies, there are concession companies in those areas, but our people still live in extreme poverty. Then the question is, how come after 178 years? Transitioning to post-conflict Liberia, how can we spend over 10.4 billion and our people can barely eat in the country, no job? And when I say we have not sustainably and entirely achieved any one of these things, then people say we have made progress. I'm not saying we haven't made progress. I'm saying if you say drinking water, go to other countries.
So at some point in time, you make a follow up. You say our leaders are corrupt and greedy amid rising impunity. I mean, when you say this kind of thing, the supporters also do come back. Do we have Martin on the line? Yes, we'll flip up the line, but let's we can reconnect. Martin Kim Colley is live with us this morning. Yes, we'll get you connected back. Yes, Josie was coming in. And Martin.
So Martin, I want you let's delve into justice and rule of law. Where are we?
Like I said, justice and rule of law is on the list. If you look at the list, Johnson, you will see.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
We are looking at it. Yes. That's right.
But I think the rule of law is the core of every democracy. I'm a student of law. Without law, there's be no stable and peaceful society. Then the country will transition to anarchy. There will be crisis. There will be paramilitary gangs. People will take the law in their hands. Jungle justice. So, like I said, I'm not saying we haven't made some gains. I'm saying sustainably and entirely, we have not, and I repeat, we have not achieved any one of these things. To a larger extent, not even 50%. Look on our list and tell me why we have achieved even 50%. I challenge anybody. Or anybody.
Of the three presidents, whether it's Ellen Johnson, George Weah, Joe Blockeye.
Whether it's Blockeye, whether it's Joe Weah. Tell me why we have achieved 50% on our list. Tell me. I challenge anybody. Open the line for a public debate on you and Johnson. I want to debate. I challenge anybody to bring the facts. I have brought my facts. Bring your facts. So that people in the intellectual, so the Liberian people can understand who's saying the truth. Tell me on that list what are the safe drinking water, transportation, internet access. What have we achieved? Even 50%. Let anybody tell me.
So the biggest, yeah, for me with this listing were the top more five ones. One, the health system. I was also with you know also we still challenge. We saw the a release from the U.S. embassy even telling public officials if your child is born in the U.S. on a visiting visa, I not a U.S. citizen. Health system, no. Safe drinking water, no. Also, education, no, is major challenge. Yes. Job creation, another big one. No. The president who have said it, yes, if we can employ our young people, we are in problems. So the job creation will matter you. You are 100.2% right. It's no. Public transport is also no. Yes, the NTA promised us that we're going to have buses by July, and we're in September now. And we posted all on Facebook that new buses were coming in country. No. Food security, agriculture, no. The smallholders farmers are still crying every day. Technology, IT, innovation is also no. Human capacity, this one is 100.2% no. Justice and the rule of law is a big no. What went to your mind, Martin? Let me just ask you before I get a telephone lines activated. I may agree with you. I'm agreeing with you. Back from 2006 to 2025, I mean, we have seen precedents upon precedents. What is like the real problem? God have blessed all everything, man. Diamond, iron ore, gold, rubber, timber, the black sand and everything. The last time I was checking seashells, just seashells only depend on the sea. Just to see Gambia just on cocoa, but we have everything. What wrong with us?
Only let me say this. Liberia is not cursed. The end of the article or the analysis on my Facebook page asks a simple question. Is Liberia cursed? No. God has not cursed us. You just name some of the resources, natural resources we have. But why haven't we optimized, maximized these resources for the benefit of the country and the people? It boils down to leadership. Leadership bankruptcy. That's why I said on you, and I've always said this: the suffering in Liberia is artificial. It's man-made. The suffering in Liberia is man.
Now you are quoting what's this guy for lesson mind. Women pay is there. Women is there that man-made suffering. Go ahead.
It's a man-made suffering. It's artificial. So what I'm saying is that if only, for example, I just raised an issue about 5 lawmakers traveling to Kenya and Rwanda to attend, to study the electoral system in those countries. When the University of Liberia is closed because instructors or faculty members are on strike due to salary and welfare issues. But they're taking the country money to go study electoral system in Rwanda, even though what Kagame has made himself president for life. Which electoral system you going to study? Which electoral system you are going to study in Rwanda before Kagame is already president for life? There's no opposition there. Which electoral system are you going to study at this time? That made a tight fiscal space, no money to address a lot of the issues, including drug issue. But you are going to study election in Kenya, even though you are an elected official. Even if people want to go to study election, should be lawmakers who will be opting for election in 2029 again? Is that not waste of public resources? Why are we wasting the people's money? Our problem is artificial in the country. So what I'm saying on you is that we have to retool, we have to rewind or readjust. Otherwise, for example, you just spoke about the issue of job being a major challenge, which you also mentioned in the analysis. If you look at the current data as released at the National Investment Commission, the National Investment Commission is saying we have over 4,000 companies in the country. They said 4,061 mining companies, 3,127 manufacturing companies, 2,528 agriculture, forestry, and fishing companies, 2,532 construction companies. When you calculate all of these, we have over 12,000 investment companies in the country. But the question is, where are the jobs? Are these companies audio companies or they are just on paper? You can have over 12,000 companies and there's no job. Then where are the companies? What are they doing? What are they doing? Are they just exploiting the export now resources with all our people benefiting? That's why I recommended to President Barker the initial stage of this government. Let's conduct an intensive and comprehensive review of all mineral development agreements, MDAs, and we even offer our technical expertise free of charge as an economist and a student of law. To review the concession agreement of these companies will not even take us 3 to 6 months. But why hasn't the president done that? These people are exploiting our resources, whether it is iron ore or gold or diamond or timber or rubber or cocoa. Our resources are being exploited under the industrial deal. It will only take political will to stop this. Until we can stop the exploitation, the mass exploitation and exploitation of our resources, our people will continue to remain jobless, poor, and independent.
Yeah, so reform. I was just break. I was just I was just breaking the news that China Union, for example, owes Liberia 3.5 million, and someone is spotting that information under the carpet as part of the social corporate responsibility. China Union, for example, I mean, this country, man, this one country, Liberia, the oldest in Africa.
Their obligations, financial obligations, yet they are still exporting our iron ore.
Of course.
I let you report. The mining companies in Liberia generated over 1.4 billion just for 2 years. Go and look at that report. Do you know how much they get Liberia? Less than 250 million out of the 1.4 billion. Are we serious here? Who owns the resources? And this question goes to the president. Who owns the resources? Are our resources owned by foreigners or they are owned by Liberians? The resources are Liberians. But while when foreigners generate almost 1.5 billion, they will only receive 250 or less than 250 million. How does that make sense to anybody? For God's sake. We are not even receiving 500 million of the almost 1.5 billion, but we are receiving less than 250 million. Go and look at that report. And nobody says anything about it because these concession companies can bribe a few officials and everybody keeps quiet while the people suffer. In as much a few officials can take their family abroad when they are sick, send their children abroad or school, the rest of the other people must suffer. They don't care absolutely. JFK is up to stand up to take up for serious medical needs.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Great. Before we get the lines activated, yes, Martin came calling. Before we get the lines activated, okay, great. So if Liberia will make a change, what will it start from? The top or the bottom? The bottom, the motorbike man that is riding on the traffic, the KK man, what will Liberia make a change from? Or maybe those in the legislature. If the whole country will make a change, where do we start from?
Right? Because every citizen has rights, right? At the same time, every citizen has responsibilities. So motorcyclists have responsibilities. For example, to keep the street clean, to make sure he or she obey the law. The same way politicians who are in power have responsibility to equitably distribute the national cake. The national cake is not being equitably distributed. That's how people are suffering. How can you pay civil service 150 or less? And then we vote about that. In this time, I was just looking at the 2007 budget. Do you know how much civil service was making in 2007 under Ellen Johnson? It's $5. So economically, let me do a simple economic analysis back on money. Over time, what should they be making now? If we have to take into consideration inflation as a variable or an economic factor, they should be making $385 in 2025. Because what $55 to buy in 2007 in 2007, $385 to buy it now. So if $55 to take care of a 7 family 2007 under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, due to the inflation at that time and other economic factors, if you run the formula, the economic formula, to calculate the cumulative inflation rate and apply it to the $55, by this time, civil service should be paying at least $385 United States dollars. So we cannot be boasting about 150. So I'm telling you the science.
The finance minister, Augustine Garfang, said, go and do your research. Go, no civil servant is making less than $150.
Yeah, I understand the situation the minister is in, but to be frank, civil servants are still making less than 150 because you cannot argue on gross. We're talking about what people say who. The minister is saying gross 150. Okay, but we don't tax it. What the people say who is less than 150. And how can 150 even manage a family of 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 in that country? Let's be honest. Say for example, Onyu lives right life. He works as the Minister of Finance. His gross salary, according to the Minister, of 150. Onyu has to pay his way from red light to finance 200. 300 to go, 300 to come. That's 600. Multiply that by 24 days. He has to go to work. The money already finished. Onyu has 3 children. What pays the tuition? The schools are increasing the tuition already. What pays tuition? Because for Onyu, when he goes to work and eats, clothes, when Onyu is sick and his children are sick, what caters for their health needs? So we cannot be talking about 150. We cannot be boasting about 150. Civil servants who have families. If 150 can take care of civil servants, then we need to tell the big shots and start bribing government to bring down their salary to 1,000. If the thing 150 can take care of the civil servant family, then 1,000 can take care of them and their family too. That's the argument. But they are getting 9,000. Some of them are getting 11,000. Some of them are getting 5,000. Civil servants getting 150 are bragging here over that kind of economy on you. Are we serious here about governance and development or sustainable development or human development? What can 150 do in that country for a family to survive? Especially when the person lives far off from the office, no public bus. The entity doesn't provide transportation, no fresh car. The entity doesn't provide allowance for medical, no food. Everything you have to do it in that 150. It's unfair to the tens of thousands of civil servants across the 103 spending entities that sacrifice their lives, intellect, and capacity to keep the government running. It's unfair to them. Let's be honest here.
Okay, so let
What is this?
Okay.
Those of you who make 9,000, 11,000, 5,000, you still have flash card. You have a sound card. You have medical allowance. But people who make 150, they don't have any of those things. They have to struggle to come to work. And you want to brag about that?
Martin, hold on the line. Thank you, Martin. Kim calling. Just stay on the line as a pick calls. Folks, I want to appeal to you. The number I'm announcing for you to call, please call it directly. Uh, my personal number, Martin, is on my personal line. So if you do a direct call, my personal number, you disrupt the internet connection with him. We have activates Martin KM called it live on the Truth Breakfast Show. It's 4 minutes up to 10 o'clock. My name is O'Neill along with Johnson this morning. Call us on 0770 153 Let's speak for a minute. Let's do a minute per call. 0770 153 You'll be live on the True Breakfast Show. Martin KM called it live with us. Let's do a minute per call, please. A minute. Morning. Morning. Martin, are you hearing the caller?
Good morning.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so good morning.
You give each other the line and say, yeah, but go ahead.
Good morning. Go ahead. Thank you. Okay, let's get this line. Good morning. Good morning.
You have to move from the radio. I'm hearing myself. in the
Bala, good
background.
morning.
Morning.
Good morning, man. Go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name?
calling from somewhere in Johnsonville. I just want to speak to a few issues. The self-less in our country is very much discouraging. I listen to our brother Martin Corey Okura saying that the president, what that government just came to power and then going to 2 years, he cannot raise the government. But I saw Martin Corey 2018 within 6 months on the street protesting, raising, we are government. Stopping development, just imagine. Just imagine the road from the pipeline market in Red Light towards the Johnson Bay side. I was going the road. I was going towards the Hajo. From the day the government came to power, that road, where that road stopped, there where it stopped. From that time to now, the chicken to packet road, the company tried to get a road, so the company doesn't have money. So even pay the entrance of the road from the Johnson Bay side towards the chicken to packet side is very difficult. But he might think Cody coming on to tell us that the 2 years other government has gone for, he cannot raise the government. Yeah? But he could raise John Bay government within 6 months. He won't speak to that thing. You know what's talking about development is ourselves.
Okay.
They are very deceptive. Martin, I have no trust in Martin from today.
Thank you. Good morning.
They talk, we listen. Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, alive.
Yeah, my name is Shibu M. Kamal. I'm always producing them for I think it's so much for people that are to be in the country because they open our eyes to some things. From the day that we hear Martin Bell, we knew that he was a good guy. But really, this country, we don't know. I'm speaking to him now. Even the police structure that will go on everything damage. Everything comes to Kuminga. The two journalists in the studio that are more silent in the best of first down on the radio station. The life in the have been here and paid at Marcia. I said, thank you so much. It was always about community here. But every day we listen to the two men that in the studio. We tell God, thank you for your talk and thank God for Martin, I thank you. May God be with you. May God give you more knowledge to clearly to our peoples and then may our country to know the truth. Yeah.
Amina. Amina.
Okay.
Okay, I think
yeah, we went into our radio program. Matthew, I mean, we're gonna do calls upon calls, but because of time, we into our radio time. Let's respond to the callers. All of the 10 calls, 1 against. Yes, let's listen up. That's democracy. Go ahead.
Oh, certainly. O'Neill and Johnson, you don't expect everybody to agree. 9 agree, 1 didn't agree. We respect his opinion. That is his view, and we will protect his right to it. Right, because that's what democracy calls for. If one person disagrees and 9 agree, that's it. But the fact of the matter is, you asked me to rate a government.
Mm-hmm.
I said the government made some gains, but there's still more to be done. How do you want me to rate the government? Right, the government has 6 years. It has not even spent 2 of the 6 years. So empirically or scientifically, it will be unfair because the government said it has a 5-year plan. And look at the thematic areas. Right? How can we measure that just in 18 months or 17 months? When I want to rate the government, I don't just want to say 25% or 50% or 70% or 90%. I want to be measuring the government's promises within the 5 years it said it would do with what it has done. That's how you measure. You don't just call numbers of all of the blue sky without doing a scientific analysis to know whether the government has achieved 25% in education, 15% in this, 20% in this. So we will have an opportunity to get an initial rating of the government at the end of this year.
Okay.
The government at the end of this year, matching its achievements with what it promised. But here's the point on you. I want to say thanks to all of the callers, including the caller who disagree for participating. We encourage them to continuously monitor the program and participate because this is the only way we can change the system. We have experienced peace since 2003, and I would like to call on all Liberians to remain peaceful in all activities and political exchanges because Liberia is all we have, regardless of our political differences. When we disagree with current government or the past government, anything we do must be done in a peaceful manner because at the end of the day, it is Liberia we want to change. Before we came, there was Liberia. After us, there will be Liberia. So I just want to be clear
Mm-hmm.
to the government of President Joseph Boakai. On the front of job creation, I have not seen any substantial effort being made to create jobs. Over 12,000 companies, according to the latest data of the National Investment Commission, and yet Liberians are jobless on the level. The other day, the Minister of Labor said he gave over 8,000 of our permits to foreigners. Jobs that Liberia can do. Are we serious here? Simply because he wanted to generate revenue. So by dishing out over 8,000 permits for jobs that Liberians could do you know the economic guarantee? Okay, you will get a 7,000, you will get a 7 million, a 6 million. But your people are jobless. And those people who are giving the permits to, they are exporting their salaries to their countries. So that Liberia will remain like that. Even though you will get a 7 million, a 6 million, but your people's life, living standard will decline because they have no job. Because for you to improve your living standard, you need income. And income is a function of focus power. For you to buy goods and services to improve your life, you need money to purchase.
So, Matthew, we run out of time. We run out of time. Can you make a commitment? I'm receiving a lot of text messages. Most of the listeners are saying they want you to make a commitment that you have a reappearance probably by next week. Can you say that we'll plan this well? Maybe we'll do almost 1 hour, 40 minutes instead of the 1 hour we're allotted for today.
Well, certainly we have a lot to tell people. I have been very busy. I'm still busy because I'm doing another program in law here in Europe, and also I'm working. So my schedule at the same time I'm involved with advocacy and a lot of other stuff. At the same time, we have our foundation in Liberia. We are making different interventions. Currently, we have 60 adolescent girls at the Atlantic Vocational Technical Institution. We are sponsoring.
Okay.
Then we have 40 Liberians at Golden Professional Institute. And we are sponsoring. We have 18 students across universities and high schools that the Martin K. College Foundation is. So we are not just criticizing the system. We are also finding solutions to our people's problems. We are not just fighting for people and advocating for them. We sponsor 300 students, right, for wire preparatory classes. Over 90% of them pass the wire. We just pay 300,000 for 100 students to sit in the University of Liberia entrance. Recently, we donated 150 bags of cement for the construction of the PEL health.
They press you.
So
Okay, so let me ask you this question. On the flip side, in a political ambition, be clear enough. In a political ambition, I'm seeing folks are linking you. Probably Martin Kim Collin may probably contest the senatorial election. Let's replace Darius DeLong in Monserrato. Martin Kim Collin, any political ambition? Or you answer this question the next time you appear. Any political ambition?
Mama never tried to sell for me, but all I can say on you and Johnson is that
nothing is impossible.
One fact you need to hold constant is that I'm coming back home very soon.
Okay.
One fact you need to hold constant. I will return to the country very soon.
All right.
Return to the country. We are going to work with our people. I'm an activist,
Okay.
right? I have fought for the people for almost 20 years.
I mean, feel free. This is your country, man. If Prophet King can come by, anybody can come by. I mean, you have done a lot for your country.
Country.
Uh-huh.
In fact, 3 universities have already offered me an opportunity to lecture. So I'm coming back to the country.
Are you going to replace Senator Darius Dillon? They are in our house there. Are you going to replace Dillon? Yeah, like Brents put a dollar, they collected $1 for Dillon to make him senator. Are you going to replace him after 9 years? I mean, this is not a lifetime thing.
The embarrassing they know after you beg the people to give you $1, now you calling them beggars. So you see contradiction and hypocrisy. These are the people who finance your campaign. You have nothing. And now when they ask you for help, even if you don't have help, don't call them beggars. I listened to you the other day laughing at the media, calling journalists blackmailers. Can you imagine?
Mm.
Even if you have disagreement over journalists, intellectuals disagree. Journalists are intellectuals. Journalists before have attacked me. 2 of them have attacked me, and we intellectually exchange.
Yeah. Even your answer that would disagree, right? Your personal WhatsApp, right? We disagree. Yeah.
You have to respect people. As public servants, leadership is about mutual respect. Respect the people because the power that you have, Mr. Dillon, it belongs to the people. That power is not power for a private company. The money you get in, the money does not come from a private company. It comes from the taxes of the people. So you don't call them beggars, especially after they raise $1 for you to campaign. Those are the people who raise money for you. You don't have anything. And now when they come back to you to say, oh, Senator, can you help me with graduation fee? Can you help me with this? If you don't have it, tell them respectfully, I don't have. I will help next time. That's what people do. But you don't call them beggars. Our people are not beggars. It is the politicians who have made them beggars. Politicians have designed the system in a way to keep our people down. So people keep begging them. That's how they have designed the system in Liberia. They few politicians.
Okay. So
A budget of over 880 million. So the 880 million, they will take over 80% of that money and put it in their pocket. Then they call the people beggars. The 9,000, the 11,000 you are collecting belong to the
imagine your contest, man. I want to predict, man. I'm predicting you're going to get on the. I'm predicting you're going to get on the ballot box. I mean, man, you're a good man. You're a good man, and you're going to get on the ballot box. And a final word before we take leave of you. And a final word as you close up in the meeting. What of time?
My final one, I just want to say thanks to all of our people on you. Thank you, on you and Johnson. You guys are doing a great job. Very brilliant journalists in Liberia and across the media landscape. I encourage you to do more. Our people need more consciousness, more education, especially civic education. This is why I'm proposing to the government for the reintroduction of civics across our high schools and even universities.
Mm.
People know the importance, the relevance, and the sensitivity of politics, good governance, patriotism, nationalism. People need to know these basic concepts, even their constitution, what they can do, what they can't do. A lot of the violations in Liberia today are happening because people don't know what to do and people don't know how to do what to do. For them to know what to do and how to do what to do, we must be able to teach them about their rights and responsibilities, which are enshrined in the Constitution and other bodies of the law. So I want to call on the government to reintroduce service. The second thing on you is, I made a statement and said it is dangerous to cut off the general when you're having this army.
You are the general. So if you mean that you know the party where you are, be clear. They cut the general off. But the people telling their own story. The people telling their own story. Patrick telling their own story. They reload it. So you don't need a general.
Was there a reload? Was there a reload that I told all of the stories during the campaign that President Blanca about? When President Blanca on an intense attack, everybody was sitting there looking. We mustered the courage to challenge his adversaries. We mustered the courage. People were sitting there looking. President Blanca was under intense attack. Nobody could stand up. Nobody could say that on you. The records are there. Fast forward, I'm not saying you cannot run your file reloaded, but you should focus more on governance. Because when you are in power, you cannot politicize poverty. Poverty cannot be politicized. When the people are hungry, they're hungry. You can't politicize it. No amount of rhetoric can change the fact that the people are hungry and jobless. You are wasting your time. You are wasting your time. No amount of rhetoric or politics can change the fact that the children of the people are not in school because they don't have money. They make 150 that cannot cater for even one child at any one of the schools in Baroka because of the high tuition and fees. No amount of politics can change the fact that the exchange rate is happening. So we can play politics with these things. It is time to lead. And I encourage the government to take full charge. Stop politicizing development. Development cannot be politicized because development should be intentional and sustainable in the context of development economics. So we must focus more on real impact projects than just focusing on quick impact projects that are driven by knee-jerk solutions and actors. So what I'm saying here on you is we call on President Bwaka to readjust. All is not well. Other people who supported him will say all is well. I am saying all is not well. All is not well. One of the generals is saying all is not well.
One of the retired general or suspended general.
but on you, did you notice during the campaign show, President Bwaka referenced me 3 times? He called me Rescue Rambo and all.
Okay. Yeah. I heard that name, the famous name.
Yeah, go back to the tips. In fact, I was popularly known as Rescue Rambo because of the role we played to have brought President Bwaka to power. Unfortunately, we are not being listened to. That's why I said it is dangerous to put up a general who is not disarmed. To put up a general, you must disarm him first. But to allow him to still have his ammo and ammunition is different.
Okay. You still have the ammunition.
Oh, separate.
Okay. Oh.
I will give the government year 2 and out of year 3. If they can still listen, then we have to be very clear at that point. Yeah. First, we have called for the cut in salaries and allowances. Nobody in that country should be making more than 5,000. Since they are claiming that 717 can make 150, they too should not be making more than 5,000. Nobody in that country, not even lawmakers. But lawmakers getting on 9,000. But they are justifying 717 150 and even clapping for that. I know it is something to clap for. So it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I agree with the corner. I will create time next week. In fact, I want to be more frequent. Yeah, going forward, I want to keep speaking to our people. I listened to all of them this morning. They want me even to come on the show as a guest panelist.
Yeah, so
for us to talk more about
the incoming senator. But man, don't be afraid by the incoming senator. You replacing Dillon. Yeah, I want to make it right. You are incoming senator.
Is there an endorsement on you?
Well, that the messages I receive you. Well, all the promises they don't have done. I mean, they don't has been. Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm actively the people who take that determination. All power is inherited according to Article 1 of the 1986 Constitution. But yeah, I will come back because when the people have no choice. So because I haven't even said 1% of what I came to say. I haven't even said 1%.
Okay, so next week, we want to announce to the public next week we'll do 2 hours. We're gonna do 2 hours next Monday. We'll do from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. 2 hours.
I thank you on you for the opportunity.
Okay, yes, Johnson is now go home this morning. Thanks so much to Martin Kim colleague. Next, we're gonna have him live with us. It's been wonderful.
Yeah. Actually, it's been good. With our comeback.
Yes, yeah,
And,
come back.
yeah.
Been very strong.
Yeah.
And Matthew will be starting the show next week. But it's been wonderful. Those of you who tried calling, your call didn't go through. Want to say thank you so much. Truth FM was still doing some internal work here. Thanks to the Director General Liability. Thanks to our technical team. We're still doing some work behind the scene. Those of you watching us online, probably you may hear some echoes with it, but the technical guys are still working within the back scene. But again, want to say thanks for listening to the Breakfast Show. Tomorrow we might have on Constantine Gongolo. And of course, there's a big happening within the MDR. Probably, if we get the confirmation, we'll post on our Facebook to confirm Senator Samuel Koga, if all goes well, for tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Then Wednesday, we'll have the political leader of the CMC, the Citizen Movement for Change, Honorable Musa Hassan Belati with us on Wednesdays. Well, that's a lineup. Until then, have a blessed day. Wish well for your country. Oni Rebels, Johnson Gbarntolmah saying, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Across Africa, a new era has begun, shifting our focus to a new horizon, connecting us with one purpose